all right. It's a very late, early, whatever. I don't know what time is it. Wow, it's already 1:30. Wow, geez. Let me turn off the fan. Have the fan on. Cooling down at night in Los Angeles as I guess we're moving away from summer now um, towards the fall. School, even though school is fall, which I am in my classes as well, working on my doctorate degree, as I mentioned. 3+ years grinding away, grinding away. You know what this is? The chai spice tea. Let's let it cool down for a little bit. Yeah, I already mentioned my doctoral journey so far, where get a little better light. Um, better we can get light. Sorry. Uh, yeah, it's been 3 years. It was it's a tough. Still, I started with one school. I got my specialist degree, and then I wound up getting put on probation because they wouldn't accept all my transfer work into their doctoral program. So I basically said, "Fuck you." I want to go to another school, passed all my classes, but then I learned of something called a dissertation, which no. There's ways kind of around that. There's capstone projects. There's ways you can get around doing a dissertation. It's bullshit. Not for me. Not for me, man. Um, so today, I just wanted to highlight a couple things. Um, my route sometimes takes me back by this dog park. West Hollywood. They have this little dog park there, and I saw this chick get out of a car. She was taking her dog up to the dog park, but she was just too far ahead of me. She was moving really fast, and I've been really easing up with approaches. I have been. I have been. I don't call it slacking off. I call it easing up because you got. I think I explained this to you. This area, this West Hollywood, is not. It's a very very bad area to try to to try to meet women, in my opinion, because you're, for the most part, because everything is, the rents are so expensive, the price of real estate, they're not single women by themselves. They've already hooked up. If they can afford to live here, for the most part, they have somebody. And the kind of women that I like, I guarantee their needs are met. They're fucking, they're hot. Um, Now I know I'm generalizing, but this has just been my experience from, look, I've been here for almost 50 years, so, it's kind of ridiculous to say 50 years, but it's true. It's true. So this is just the way it goes, it's just not, it's not conducive. So anyways, she went to the dog park, and I stop and I look at the dogs just for some therapy. Ironically, I was looking at it, and she was getting her dog, and it was right next to me. I was on the other side of the fence, but right there. And I said, "Oh, I come here for therapy." She goes, "Oh, I do too." And then, but she walked away. Like, I got a good look at her face. Her body was really good, but she was old. Like, I guarantee she was in her mid 50s for sure. But like weathered, really. But if she didn't walk away so fast, like, it's like, what's fucking wrong with these people? What's wrong with them? It's they're part of the, what I call the social conditioning. I gotta go in a hurry. I gotta go in a hurry. I'm in a hurry. I'm in a hurry. I can't talk to you. I'm in a hurry. And this dumb kind of like hurry up mentality of, you got a big hurry to go through life. And LA nightlife fucking sucks, man. It used to be good. It used to be good. But what happened was, West Hollywood, they used to have all these cool spots on Sunset, Dublin's, and things like that, good DJ music and stuff like that. But West Hollywood did a big crackdown where you have to have a dance permit, and they don't want, they wanted Sunset to be more of a restaurant row, and the Santa Monica Boulevard is not, that. No offense to the gays, but they don't know. They got awful taste in music. They do. It's just garbage. It doesn't flow. It's just garbage. It's not what I would consider good danceable stuff. It's weird. Like, I'm not from like, South Central or anything, but it's like funk music is fucking really tight, man. It's fucking really badass. And it seems like that's, you got to go to that area. That's where it's from. And I'm not gonna go down, way down the dangerous area to hope to find a place to dance. That's just bullshit. Shouldn't have to. So that anyway, but that, it's just, so that's what happened. She just moved away real quick, and I just said, "Ah, hell, it's like just, god damn, what the fuck is everybody in such a hurry for in life? Hurry through life, man. Like they're just not conscious beings. They're alive, but they're not really what I'm talking about. They're not really. They're just going along with everybody else. This big hurry to go fucking nowhere. You ever hear a saying that says the people that are like, the faster you go, more than likely you're going to stumble and fall. But the people that move confidently in the right direction and take their time generally, are the ones that succeed. Just these people, man, they're like brainwashed to all, their just needs are met. They're part of those women. I guarantee that woman's either a divorcee or whatever. They got their money, they got their dog, their needs are met. You'd have to be just really lucky. And I guarantee they got guys that, they've been banging them all the time. They know for years. There's guys that were there. If anything that looks decent has been hit on so many times, those women have a group of guys they call any times. Oh, okay, him. I feel like having him or him, and that's all it is. Um, again, I'm generalizing, but that's just the way it is. You know. So now that's the end of that. So I go to the gym twice today. Actually, God, I went there in the kind of early afternoon, like late. Well, let's see, around 10 o'clock. That's not early afternoon. Late morning. Um, and don't mind. I've been up for a while, so I'm just and then did a workout, and then around like mid afternoon, I laid down for a couple hours. I got to say, let me go back to the fucking gym at night and then do legs. Like fucking. I tell you, when I'm into something, I get really serious. I as I mentioned, I go back a long way with fitness and bodybuilding. When I first started, and so this leads to the moron that I saw tonight. There's a lot of them, but this one was a good one. You've been around, I've been around quite a while, and I've seen a lot of ass clowns out there. As I call them. Jericho called them ass clowns, but that's what these people like. They're either trying to show off, or they're just stupid, and that's what this guy was. This fucking big, tall. He wasn't that big. Big as he was decent size. He was maybe yeah. He could have been 6'3". He was good size. A big black guy. And what he did was, so there in the power cage, squat rack power cage. Now there's a strip in my gym that you can push the sled on. So like I was about to use it, and he's like the power cage is right next to it. So I see this guy. He loads on four plates, 405 on an Olympic bar, and then he takes like there's these rubber. Well, they're all rubber weights, but these I think they're like special Olympic. The color guy using color. No, it's like the plates that are like they're multicolored, whatever. So he takes a 45, which is about it has about this much thickness to it, and then he stacks another plate, I think a 25 pound. So he takes the he sets this up so basically like in a deadlift situation, but it's elevated, like it's like a foot off the ground, more actually. It might have, this is a good distance off the ground. So he puts the 405, on these weights, like off the ground. And so once I see something like that, I said, I gotta see what this guy's gonna do. So I stop and I look, and I'm waiting for him to go, and he doesn't. He's waiting. So I was like, all right, fuck it. Eventually, I'm sure I'll see it. Um, Now, I don't usually give anybody in the gym attention, but what happens when I start seeing people put ridiculous amount of weight, what I would consider, my gym is not a powerlifting gym by any means. But when I start seeing in excess of 3 wheels, it gets my attention. So I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna watch what kind of moron you are, because I mean this guy, like, he was decent size. Don't get me wrong, but I knew, like I said, these elephants. And now there was a chick there too. I don't know if you're trying to show off to the chick or trying to show me something. But if you're trying to show me something, you're not going to show me fucking anything, moron. Because, dude, number one, I've been around a lot longer than you. Number two, you're not fooling me. If you want to deadlift 4 plates, you put the fucking bar on the ground the way it's supposed to be, like, and you fucking lift it, but you don't fucking elevate it to where it's like, a foot and a half off the ground. And you're gonna, use leverage and momentum. You think you're gonna fool me? You're gonna show me something? You're a fucking clown. You're an idiot. You're gonna wind up hurting yourself, and you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Um, so eventually I got to see what this guy did, and what he did. That's basically what he did. He used momentum, like, because the thing, it's easier to lift because it's that far off the ground. He doesn't have to come all the way up. So he does successfully lift it. I don't know how much. Maybe he moved it about 4 inches. He got it up, like, maybe a foot he moved it, but not a foot. I don't think a foot. It just wasn't enough to, because it was just so easy because that's all he had to do. Now, again, it was 4 plates. I mean, it's a decent amount of weight, but the distance, because he had it elevated up. Then he put on, I guess, another 10 pounds on each side. So he got it up to 425. He did that once too. I don't think he did it twice. I think he did it once. And then when he put all the weights back, now I'm standing there because I'm pushing the sled back and forth. And then he walked by, like, as he was going, like, he was really close as he walked by. Now I hold my ground in the gym. I do not move. You can walk around me, but you're not walking over me, and I'm not moving out of your way because I am there to work. I'm not there to move out of your way. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. You can call it ego, you can call it whatever you want, but in life, I've had people step on me, to get to it, and it's like I feel like if I just keep moving out of people's way, that just signifies like you're just a pussy. You're like not holding your ground. You let people just walk through you. There's no reason for me to move out of your way. I'm not blocking anything of you. You can go around. I'm standing there for a reason because doing something. I'm not on a phone. I'm not occupying space like most of these morons that go to my gym. I'm sorry, that's what they are. I hold a Master of Science degree, so I can talk shit, because I can back it up. So that's basically it. And you're not gonna match my progress or anything, dude, because I went from a lean 150 pounds, in good shape to, I'm almost a a pretty solid 175 in the span of a couple months, because I know what the fuck I'm doing. Not just in the gym, but out of the gym. I know exactly how to eat, what to take, and how to lift. So I can make maximum, my body maximum progress efficiently. I'm not some ass clown. Think, because he used leverage and momentum to lift 405. Like, wow, that guy's really something. You're nothing, dude. It's just like, dude, I remember one time I think I seen a guy put 500 on his back, and he couldn't squat it, so he dropped it like behind him, and I mean, it was I've never seen anybody. It dropped far, like that bar. Um, I've never, and I think he had his girlfriend recording him doing it. I think he had five or six, but he had a fucking lot on there. Um, it takes quite a bit of balls. He held it on his back though, so it was quite impressive that he could hold 500. Again, I've never been powerful. I'm not built for bodybuilding or powerlifting. Um, just I'm just thin bone structure. I'm not designed for it, and I don't take any anabolics. I am honest about taking some SARMs. Um, and BCAAs and stuff over the counter or whatever. Um, but again, it just doesn't really, you don't get immense like you know anabolic like steroidish type power. I don't, even at my peak, the most I ever had on my back squatting. I put three wheels one time, on the free bar, like not the Olympic on the Smith machine, but I held 315. I stepped back and I did like some half reps, and I remember how heavy that 315 was on my back. I was like, God damn, this is fucking heavy. I couldn't go to parallel. No way, no way. It's just it was just way, way, way too heavy for me. Um, I remember like two plates. I remember like when I was at my strongest, I could squat it fairly easily. But the three wheels, no, no. Um, I'm just not, strong. I'm just not built for power. Like dumbbell rows, like I remember I think I was able to do like 110, maybe 115, close to. I think I did the 120s before, but that's it. I'm just not incline dumbbells. At my strongest, I remember I could do 100. Um, I think I hit the 110s. 110s or did I try 115? I don't think I ever hit the 120s just because of the balance factor, and the size of the rubber weights, Um, so again, I'm not extremely powerful. I'm not. But like I said, there's a gift to if you're thin and you put on muscle, like the muscle wraps around, like really, you get really good shape, like a Frank Zanish kind of good show. Like some of these guys, they're very powerful, so they get like size. That's like the gift for that. So, the working out is you get a gift, no matter what. Like if you when you get in shape, based on your genetic, composition. Like I'm not built like Ronnie Coleman, so like you got to understand something. I was 100 pounds in high school, so you know it was. I mean, the I remember doctors told me, that hey, don't worry, as you get older, you put on weight, and then, I was kind of concerned because I was like, 11th grade. I remember like 111. I go, that's Jesus, I think I was 5'6" or 5'7", and doctors said, don't worry about it. You're gonna, as you get older, you'll gain, and they were right. They were right. Um, there was this other fucking guy, I mean, I know. I should, you're not supposed to concern yourself with other people and stuff, but you know, it's just, some of these, they think they're gonna show me something. Dude, I've been around since the '80s doing this, so even though I stopped for a long time, I got back in, I stopped, but you're not going to, you know, you're just not going to show me anything. You're not going to educate me on this. I've been around too long. I have thousands upon thousands of gym hours. I'm not exaggerating. Years and years of training logs. When I'm serious and I'm focused, I can hold my own. And these guys, it's just kind of rude too. There's one guy. He sings like really loud while he's like waiting to work out or working out. And I'm like, dude, don't you have any? Now I make the noise of grunting and I'll say up like loud, when I first do the first rep, just to, like when I put even I'm on the Smith machine, the squatting, and come on, like squats are, as everybody knows, is one of the hardest exercises. So I'll go up, like just initially. And if I get one last rep, sometimes I'll go one more, like, or come on, I'll say to myself like I'm my own trainer, but that's sincere, gut grinding, terminology. Like it makes perfect sense, like. But some guy singing around as he's walking around, making loud, you're you're like you're making irrelevant noise pollution. Like you're other people, are trying to concentrate on their workouts. See, I don't care. Like if somebody's really busting their ass, and you hear gut grinding stuff, hey man, I'm all for you. Like you're pushing your body to the absolute limit. And I've seen people like when they're sincerely doing it, but I've seen also people trying to make fun of me when I'm doing some of my exercises, because, and then I look at them and they're nothing to look at, of course. Now I'm not saying I'm Mr. Olympia or anything like that, but as I said, you're not going to outwork me. You know, I really take that shit seriously when I go to the gym. I mean, I once I walk through that door and mask is on, it's like I'm going to work. Like I call it going to war actually. But it's like work, man. I know. I watch these people that, even though some of these guys are squatting 225, for like reps and stuff, but they take like 5-minute breaks between sets. Like and then they get on their phone and everything. It's like, dude, you're not doing anything to make any real substantial gains. Like you don't know, like how hard it is to make progress. And these guys, like they just take their time. Like they're not there to really fucking get into the trenches. They're not. I don't understand why. Are they there to try to meet other guys? I don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's funny, they're all on the phone. I said, what are they all talking to each other? I made a joke, like to myself. I go, what the fuck are these people doing? Who cares what they're doing? But it's like when the guy walks by me real close, like there's no need for it. Go around, dude. I'm older than you. You should always respect older people. Like, I do. If I see somebody older, I get out of their fucking way in my gym. If I see somebody 70 years old going to the workout, I get out of their fucking way, man. I give them plenty of space. It's good for them that they're there. But these young ass clowns, if they're big, if they're, I could tell if they're taking steroids or whatever. Some of these retards got all a million tattoos and, they're all juiced up and everything like that. And they ain't fucking pushing their body. They're just on some really good anabolics. And I could tell the difference. Like, you can see, like, when someone's just taking and they're doing, like, cable light work or whatever, light exercise, they ain't fucking, that's all juice. And once they stop taking, I mean, that shit all goes away like nothing because they didn't build any real muscle behind it. It's just all juice. Like I've seen some of these guys. They take this stuff. Now this stuff is very powerful. So it's like they're doing cable, little lightweight cable stuff, and it's like, wow. You see the size of the guy. He's doing his cable stuff, but he ain't doing any gut grinding, real fucking shit that I do, where I take the fucking 75-pound or more dumbbell, put it on my shoulder, and then use my and go up and down each side 20 times more, squatting each time. Now I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but nobody in my gym does anything like that. I mean, I do gut grinding fucking work, man. I do. I'm not there to look good. I'm not there to smell good. I'm not there, I'm there to work. And those people in that gym are there to try to look good. They're worried about if the hair is out of place, their face, their complexion. I'm not like that. I don't look in the mirror. Number one, focusing on the mirror as their what. Number one, if you're a master, I think Poppin' Pete said this. I know it's a dance relation, but he said something very interesting. He said the mirror is a crutch. Think about this. If you're dancing like on a show or something like that, and you're practicing in the mirror, There's no mirror there when you're on fucking live TV or live stage. There's no fucking mirror. So, that's the problem is people depending on this mirror when they're doing exercises. It's like, dude, in my mind, I know how to do this because I've done it a million times. So it's like, I don't need to be gawking at myself in the mirror. I don't like to look at myself, when I'm working out. I'm not an egotistical, like, maniac like some of these people are. They're just ridiculous. They're. I mean, Jay Cutler made a funny comment. He goes, "The people on the West Coast." He's right. He's like, he's from the East Coast. He said the people on the West Coast are a bunch of pussies. They are. He's right. Like in my gym, they're a bunch of fucking. And he was talking about people bleeding on the fucking. Blood coming out of the nose and squatting. That's a little crazy. I mean, I got to admit that, but you know, these people in my gym, it's like a library sometimes. The music's not cranked up, and it's not. They play, and I listen, they play intentionally, sometimes kind of low, like calm kind of music. And I say to myself, do not let the music affect you or infect you because I'm not going to let that shit calm me down. I am there to go to war. Again, I push myself when I if I can as hard as I fucking can to make those gains because my body is very very stubborn. It won't give very much. As far as like density, it won't. It's just designed not to. I'm too thin. I've always been. There's endomorph, there's ectomorph, endomorph, whatever, mesomorph. I'm like the light one. I'm the skinny. Like it's not designed. um at this age I'm supposed to be about a buck 50. So you know 175, I mean, is holding about 25 pounds of muscle. Like that's a lot for somebody that's supposed to be around 150. That's for me to get to 200. I'm gonna have to be on like your eating has to be absolutely perfect. You got to be on probably a ton of shit. Like not I'm not going to get on any hardcore anabolics though. I'm not going to do that. I believe it can be done um, through food and through like some possible like andro, lots of good amino, it's lots of good shit, um, and some serious fucking training. Um, I really didn't focus on my eating last time, but I'm doing it this time. So it's that's what it is. If you want to achieve something, you gotta like, even these guys. Somebody said they lived in a box for 12 years. They were very very serious. So while I'm making progress, these ass clowns try to show off or show me. They're not showing me anything. I know it doesn't sound like nothing, but you know I can do 10, 15 sets of squats with like the 100 whatever 120 pounds on the Smith machine. I'll get more, way more development, way more off of that than one moron that's can take 405 and move it for a couple of inches using leverage. Doing a cheat deadlift, which is not it's nothing what that guy was doing, and they just whatever. Let them fucking waste their time and try to it's called mental masturbation. That kind of shit. You're not showing me nothing, dude. I've been around. I remember one time one guy did show me something, like, but I was a lot younger. I didn't know. Um, he put three wheels. He put 315 on the bench press. And this is at my old gym. I must have been 25 years old probably at the time. And so I'm in the main room. And he's sitting there, and he put three wheels on there. And I looked at him, and I said, "No way, absolutely no way, no fucking way that this guy's gonna be able to do it." And I didn't say it so he could hear. I said it in my mind, and I watched, and he fucking did it clean. He did one rep. He did. I think he did, and he got up, and then I went on. And he said, "Dude, And then I saw how big his shut. Then once he got up, and I got close to him, I saw like how he was. he was about my height. I don't know how much he weighed, but he had a good, he had a big, his chest was like full. Like I could, it showed like that he could, he wasn't a twerp. You got to have a certain type of muscle size to be able to push 315 for one rep. Um, I don't care if you're a power lifter or not. You got to be fucking strong. The weight goes up and down. I don't care what kind of, position, leverage, momentum, or whatever. And so it turned out he was a minor league baseball player as well. And, he trained for he worked out for a very long time. He said, yeah, this is, he could hit three wheels for one rep. And I think he did it once or twice. I saw him do it, and I was like, fuck. So I was proven wrong, but I was very young. I was naive. When I was young, I didn't know, like I really didn't really understand. As I got older, I began to, understand, you know, uh, what's possible and what's not possible, and what people do, the clowns, doing oddball exercises, um, you know, which like that dumb kind of hip thrust thing where you take the Olympic bar with a lot of weight and you put it on literally on your stomach and you go up with a kind of cushion in between and you go up and down. It's the dumbest fucking thing. Some moron came up with it, and um, every idiot follows the moron. Like that comes up with these oddball type exercises. I mean that don't really do anything except can risk some serious injury. I can imagine how many people go to the hospital after going, well, I don't know what the fuck did you do? The doctor said, what the hell's wrong with you? Oh, I saw somebody do this and I thought it could work for me. You're an idiot. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. And most people unfortunately do not know what they're doing. And so some people, they think just because they can take some anabolics, they think they're fooling everybody. You're not fooling me, dude. I've been around too long. I've seen everything. It's amazing, and I don't really care because, oh, excuse me. In the end, I look at it like this. When I walk out of the gym, and or I like when I go out at night or whatever during the day, and I'm in my street clothes. That it speaks for itself. Like to me, like I like that. I like the results from the work that I do, and it's not comparing myself to anybody else. It's my own thing. I walked by, yeah. Once I left that dog park, this one dude walked by me. uh, I'd be willing to bet just about everything that I have, which is not very much in life, that this guy was definitely on something. It was this guy. No, okay. I don't care if you lift till the cows come home. This guy, yeah, no, this was from taking some hardcore shit. What he was on, he's definitely shooting something or taking something. And I didn't want to even, he walked by me when I walked by, and I just kept going. I was like, I don't fucking, he was like 6'2" or whatever. I could just tell they're always big fucking guys, and there's some white guys. But he was on some very very hardcore shit. I could tell for sure. There's no way your body will not blow up like that. Not from lifting weights. No, 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 and no. So, that's some people have better pre-genetic disposition, so I can get that out. For development and stuff like that. I don't. Again, um, I remember one time years ago when I was warming up and I was pumping up. He's pumping up. Because I heard a couple people go, he's pumping up. Because I could, blow up kind of like um, I guess when you're younger, your hormones, you can make more gains because your natural hormones and stuff like that. Um, but they say as you get older, it's harder to get that pump, harder to keep it. It's so you got to take more shit. I don't really have a problem with that, but it's like it's the way it works. I mean, you just you're gonna get older. What are you gonna do? I know one thing: if you don't keep yourself and work your ass off as you get older, and don't work out, you will look like nothing. And not only that, if you're not in good shape, you're asking for health complications. So I rather do the best I can, and try as hard as I can, and live with the consequences than not do nothing and be nothing. Look, you only get one go around. You might as well give it everything you got, while you can, if you can. It's that's my best advice. Don't be an ass clown like that one guy with a dumb, 405, whatever the hell he's stupid. Hey, if you want to deadlift, that's cool, but do it right. Put the fucking bar on the ground, and fucking don't elevate it to make something easier for you to, so you can put more weight on there. It's like some of these, idiots that they use the machines, you know, the machines, right? And then on that last rep, they drop it. They drop the fucking, they let it go, so the plate smashes. I go, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's a fucking machine. Those plates can crack. You moron. That's you don't drop fucking. Okay, you want to drop the fucking dumbbells or a bar. I get that. That's okay. That's within reason. Within reason. But not a machine. Okay, you know, some of these morons, I could lift the whole machine. You don't understand something. Was it Arthur Jones? He created Nautilus. Those machines were designed for sick people. Okay, they were designed initially for people that they couldn't, do shoulder presses with dumbbells. So they needed a machine to help them. It was for rehabilitation was the initial thing. Now these morons, what they'll do is they get on this shoulder press machine and see if they can lift the whole stack and then drop it. What the fuck are you doing? Like a lat pull down machine. You ever see the lat pull down? And not a machine, but like the pulley, the apparatus, whatever. And they do it, and then the last one they boom, drop it like the fuck up and they machines break because of morons, that like most people are that go to the gym. I'm sorry, they're fitness morons, most of them, because they are uneducated. They are based on just not knowing, not having common sense, not having learned over many years, like I have. Look, I already told you what degree I have, but it's not just that. I have thousands and thousands of hours of experience. So I don't just talk the talk. I walk the walk. It's it's stupid. It's stupid, but it's okay. I don't give a fuck. They look whatever. Let them fucking look. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like if I were to, somebody came up to me and then they sincerely wanted to learn. I mean, there's trainers in my gym, of course, but they're all young. They don't know jack shit about nothing. They don't. How can they? They haven't been alive long enough. It's not. They might have a certificate in personal training, CPR, or whatever certification, but I don't give a fuck that there's no lack for experience of somebody that's been doing this longer than you've been alive. So, sorry, in my opinion, it's like, would you go if you went to the hospital? Would you want a doctor that's like, a 25-year-old, some 25-year-old kid that's got a certificate or something, or would you want like somebody that's been around, been doing this for decades, that you trust them with your life? Come on, let's think about this now. Let's stop being ridiculous. And the problem is, if I would tell you how much I would charge for my time to educate you and show you exactly how to do things, they'd be like, "Dude, you out of your mind?" I go, "Yeah, it would be comparable to what a doctor or a lawyer would charge, because, I know my shit, like, and it's a whole way of thinking and approaching that most people will, they might figure it out, over decades and stuff like that, but most people, they just do the same things, or they make very little progress, or they resort to taking steroids because they're frustrated, they can't make any gains. So that's what those gays do, the ones that blow up like that. That's all steroids. They get it from, you know, whatever, and that's it. I mean, you're not, you just, they don't know, they don't have that. I mean, I can't say all of everybody, but look, man, it's just a huge sacrifice, like a lot of time put in for something that there's, just to look, aesthetically good. I mean, even though I'm not, incredible or anything like that, but you know, most people, they got to make money, they got to make a living, and a body is not, like I said, building a body is not necessarily building a life. It's not. It's not. Um, it's way less on the total, I talked about the three pillars. Um, the pillars, they're not equally. I mean, just to be fit and healthy is one thing, but to go beyond that is going to require some serious dedication. And most people find it unnecessary. Most people aren't even, when I walk up to the gym at night, I've seen this heavy woman. She's out there on her phone smoking a cigarette. The gym's a couple hundred yards away from her place, and she, wouldn't do it. It's more important for her to smoke her cigarette and talk to somebody than to take care of her health. So, you know, it just goes to show you, like you could be right next to a gold mine and don't care. I mean, that's how I look at it. It's a huge thing. It's a huge fitness. It's it helps. Like it helps with confidence and everything. Like listen, I told you, I walk around, sometimes on the weekends, and a lot of these young people, they're just naturally big. Okay, these kids, they're tall and they're fucking big. Um, if I'm not, anything, they will squash me. Um, like, they could basically just, use their body leverage. I mean, if you don't know how to defend yourself, and if you don't know, if you're not anything special, like, we're trying to meet a chick, you trying to go, that they stand right in front of you, they won't even see you. You'll be the woman, because these kids, they're just so, they're big, a lot of them. Um, so the only way I could remedy that is by being, like, in my mind, like a 200-pound tank, like, um, where I could hold my own, kind of like that. So, you can't do nothing about your height, but for me, 200 is is pretty fucking badass if it's solid muscle, which it will be on me. Um, and it's I'm not doing it to try to, like, show off. I mean, well, I'm doing it for myself, but you just don't want guys getting you out of there, like, stepping on you, like, I know, what do you mean step on you? Not physically, but they just, I just, my life experience, they try to push you out, like get you out of the way, kind of thing. And when you're like a twerp, you know, it's that much easier for them to get you out of there. Now, again, I can't do nothing about my height or my structure, but you know, the more dense, the more power you have, the more dense muscle you have, the more they start to think twice. They go, this guy, he's, again, I could look at somebody's face and I could tell you if they're a real iron warrior. There's some giveaways, like, you know, it's just like a seriousness, like it's not a angry, tough look kind of thing. I could tell when someone's, a serious, hardcore lifter, even if they're taking. And then I could see these guys that are cream puffs that are taking steroids, and they're using the cables, and they're lifting, like baby, they're lifting nothing. That I could just tell they're on anabolics, and they're there to look at their hair and be on the phone. That's not a warrior. That's nothing. That ain't a fucking look, man. Look at those guys in the Olympia, the way they train. They train like fucking iron warriors, those guys. They are not there to fuck around, because they know how hardcore like Ronnie Coleman trained during the H. These guys were gut grinding in the dungeons, man. I mean, they were fucking, you know, they knew that the combination of hard work and anabolics is unbeatable. Like, you work that hard and you take something that hardcore, and then you Jesus. I mean, it's like, that's the winning combination. And my thing is like, I'm willing to grind really hardcore, but I'm not willing to take the hardcore anabolics. I'm not willing to do it. I'm not taking a needle. I'm not gonna fucking inject myself with hardcore shit. I won't do it, and I won't take the orals. I won't take anything like a Dianabol or an Anadrol or Anavar. That stuff is not. That stuff is asking for fucking problems. The SARMs thing, like Andro and stuff like that, that I'm willing to do. That's something, at my age already, I think your body needs a little bit of help. I know there's like TRT, um, but that, again, I know there's testosterone cream, which you can take, but I think my testosterone is pretty good. Like you know, um, which I don't want to give unnecessary blood work, for no reason, unless, you need it. It's not, so, I think the way that I'm doing it, it's fine. Like I kind of, I don't abuse shit too. I follow the directions very, very carefully. Like stuff I'm taking, it says, okay, 2 to 3 pills, 2 to 3 capsules a day maximum with food. I do exactly what it says. The only side effects I've gotten so far, I have, I do break out, but I've been looking out, like when I was younger, I wasn't taking this stuff because natural hormones kind of thing. I remember when I start gaining weight, I start breaking out. I start doing that. So, that comes with it. No hair. I've been losing hair since I was in my 20s. So that's not, I don't get any other weird side effects from taking any of this shit. So I think it's okay. I mean, it's all right. Um, I waited a long, long time. I remember when Anjo first came out, I didn't take it. I felt like I was too young, even at 30 years old. I was like, I don't, I don't need to take all this shit. As I gotten older, little now, like not, it's gonna be 48 in a month. So come on, like your body, it needs, like it needs a little bit of help. If you're gonna grind that hard and work your ass off in the gym, it actually helps you to be able to push yourself harder. So it's a win-win. That in my mind, I was very, very, very patient when I was younger. Very patient. My gains were so slow, like when I started to move up, especially after like 170 pounds. It's really hard, like I'm just not designed. My body will not give. Um, it's what it is. It's you can only work with what you got. Now I've seen guys, they take stuff, they blow up unbelievable. But I'm just not willing. I draw the line there. I draw the line. It's just, it just looks so like cartoonish. I mean, I know it. Look, it's just I'm not gonna do that. It's anyway. But that's all, I guess, for now. So no progress with the women thing. Excuse me. Tired, but I will keep you updated with that, and that is really about it. So time to sign off from here, and we will keep it going. Warrior Junior will keep fighting for you. Keep fighting for me. Keep fighting.